This has been a very strange freaking week. I don't know really what was going on yesterday, but I guess Mercury retrograde's over, and we're having the advanced technology, AI, robotic world, the full the full Monty is rolling out. My phone now will, like, depending on what you're looking at, it shows the camera image off on the side. Like, and it's not like, oh, would you like to take a picture of this? It's like we're looking at you like this now, and it pops up over here. And this is a new phenomenon. I've not opted into it. They're just doing it, and you're like, wow, wonderful. Here we are. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm alive.
I say too.
It's wild. It's wild. And like how much are you prepared to just be mass surveilled? You know what I mean? Are you ready for the costs? Nobody is ready. It's happening. Humans aren't ready. They're not. And I guess the whole system, the people that plan, design, the Elon Musks and all that, they want this machine world. They want the robots. They want the eyeball machines, and they're already showing up. I've yet to see an automaton jogging down the road, but it's not far. It's not far. There's I live in Bastrop. I don't live in the actual city. We're in the city now, but it's Austin, Texas, which isn't a big city, but it's pretty tech. So they have those white cars running around that are driving themselves with the little spinning thing on top. And sometimes somebody's driving it, sometimes it's just empty and it's just going. And it's just so weird. It's just so weird. You know, I like to drive. I want to be driving. I don't know if I'm ready to be in a car without somebody driving it. I mean, I guess it's all right. But I don't think most people are ready for it, because if I could choose, I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to have all that. I like to do something else. And people have resisted it. You know, the Amish resisted it. They're still basically, some things they have, but some things they don't have. You know, I don't know if they have electricity or just, I don't know. I'll tell you what they don't have. They don't have autism and all the stuff you get when you have vaccines. They don't get those vaccines, and they also don't get those sicknesses. Isn't that like a direct correlating fact? If that's, that makes them the control, and they don't get those illnesses because they're not being vaccinated. I'm not fully prepared for fucking 1800s life at all. That's not what I'm saying. But we're being pulled into a further than not only just not just estranged from nature, total divorced from nature. How you feel about that? Soak it up, because it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if you feel good about it or you feel bad, because it's already starting to show up. It's arrived. The beachhead has appeared. It's gonna go one way or the other so fast. I just don't think we're ready for it. I've been wheeling and dealing and trying to do anything I can to work without having to go somewhere at my house, because I don't have a car that'll drive or the license to legally drive one if I did. And it's only got more difficult. Like when I got the car, and it's my, it was my mom's car. Um, even with that, there's manipulation. Like somebody's always been fucking with the car, and there's nobody around. I get the right ones.
Green one and
Yeah.
pink one? Yeah, not the gray one. Yeah. I don't know what's in that gray jug.
Got mosquitoes.
Got some 410A that was in a green jug or a gray jug before.
A lot of mosquitoes out here.
Yeah.
Some of the areas.
Especially after yesterday.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, there's our last three.
Three? That's it?
Yeah.
Three,
I didn't
yeah.
know the other panel was up there.
Yeah.
So I just got through telling us, okay, we'll probably be seeing you around 10:30.
Yeah.
Bringing all this shit back.
It ain't gonna take long to knock it out.
Unless he wants me to go ahead and check out that unit. Of course, he's got his guys. He was just telling the young dude inside, hey, we got an AC job for you today. Look at the one that ain't running now.
It's nice here. It's like the energy here is real nice.
201C is the one he said was doing that.
I wonder if that's that one that sounded funny. For who knows? It's hard to tell, but it's not difficult doing what we're doing.
No.
At all. It's real nice. It's the type of work you'd like to get, instead of something like
real easy and
slaving. The last thing you want to do when you get older is to be slaving. Lugging, like, here, would you like to carry these? You need to get 2 of those bags of concrete at a time. Like, what the fuck? Something like that. It just destroys your body over time. There's no way around it. Our bodies are just so, we're not designed to be living forever. But of course, we'll get the robots soon enough. I want the robots to carry the concrete bags for me. But we're not the ones that are going to have that happen. Not us. No. We're always going to be in the well, get that bag, dude. Well, what about your robot? Does he have to point the gun at me? He's super strong. No, he's going to point the gun at you and tell you to do that. That's the way it's going to go. Watch. Because that's what they want. I mean, and if you had all the resources to make that world, there's nothing stopping the temptation. And everything's just ready. All the tech is arriving. So we're like right at that place in the world where it's going to go one way. It's like everything's going straight, but if you have a real strong wind.
what am I doing?
I'm not exactly sure.
I don't want to back in.
Well, you were doing that.
I know.
Yeah, it's a force of habit.
Yeah.
Force of habit. I like coming out here. It was really cool when we were on the Anderson building at the top. And like, it looks cool, especially on, like, they've got those, it's like almost how Mr. Rogers had his little town. When you look on the Google Earth at all the 3D buildings, It reminds me of Mr. Rogers' little town he had, the little, miniatures and shit. Hey, Mr. Trolley. I don't know I think the trolley had a name. I don't fucking know. But miniature shit looks cool. Anyway, welcome to the New World Order. The robots will be here soon. They're not going to carry your bags of concrete. They're going to have guns and tell you to do it. And it's going to be ironic. You're going to be like, oh, this is what they were saying. Because they're not going to be carrying the concrete bags. They're going to tell you to do it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Darkitect. I'm in the bamboo forest over here at the Theological Seminary School. We're waiting. We're giving the people time because we don't want to disturb them early. They are like, you got to treat the humans as the creatures they are, and they like their comforts. They love those comforts. So we don't want to disturb the bears before 8:30. We just don't want to do that. Look at how beautiful it looks. Look. Bamboo. I really want a piece of it. I should take a piece. I want to get a big stalk of bamboo for Panda so she can chew on it when she gets home. She can just chew on it, eat the leaves. I want to see her eat this bamboo. Nothing would tickle me more than seeing my friend Panda eat this bamboo. Panda is a good-ass friend of mine. She is such a Capricorn, too. I love Capricorns, but they are so ornery. They have the personalities of, like, old, angry people, and they have it when they're young. Like, how do you get to be so... Where do you get that? How does that happen? I don't know. Maybe it's something in the leaves. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a biological research agent. I'll take this piece of bamboo. I'll have it. I told my ex-wife, I'm like, you got on the stand and you told the people that I got on she told them, I saw her say this. I couldn't believe it because it didn't happen. I don't know who made it up. And I'm not sure. I may never know. But years later when I asked her, I said, do you realize that when the events in question had occurred, you ran and locked yourself in the bathroom? You never came out. I was like, you never came out. But yet you got on the stand and you told 12 people, and you told them because you wanted me to lose my life. You wanted them to do something to me, and they told you that they were going to give you something. And you had to agree because none of this even occurred. I wasn't even at that place. I had left. They had sent the police to another place outside of their own jurisdiction into Houston City, where my parents had a house, and I was there because I left. I got out of there as soon as the situation got ugly very fast. See, what happened was there was an incident, and I was trying to vacuum, and all these pills fell out when I tried to clean out the old filter bag vacuum. Well, Mrs. Christina's dad, I guess he was hiding his medicine in that bag, and I didn't know this. I was trying to vacuum. And I said, I was trying to vacuum the floor because you were working at the Palais Royal and you always wanted to work there. And I just wanted you to have a nice place to come home to. And I was cleaning it. My son was with me. He should remember it because he was there. and I'm about to like look up his number. I wanna call, but when I think of actually searching his name to look for the number to try to call it. Hello, little doggy. Let me finish the story. It's important, and I'm not an angel. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is they completely told a different story, and it was not even right. I never expected it. I mean, I was kind of shocked when they shocked me. Like, literally, I was shocked, and I was asleep on the floor. I don't think I'll ever go back to Baytown, Texas. I don't want anything to do with it because those people, they that police department would love nothing more than to get me into a long prison situation, and they've already expressed their willingness to just lie. And I'd never encountered that before. I'm not saying I didn't think it was possible, but I never personally experienced it in the way that I did there because I was not there. I took my car and I drove the 15 or 20 miles it was to my mom's house. It wasn't probably not 20 miles, but not in Baytown, not at all. Car in the front. My car was at her house, and my mom called the police department and she said, "Were y'all in my house?" They're like, "No, we arrested your son in Baytown." And she's like, "Well, then why is his car here?" And they just hung up on her. So they knew. They knew what they had done. And I have a problem with that. And you should have a problem with it. You should have a problem with it. And I don't even get to talk to my children. And they believe this story. And I told this woman, and I was able to tell her, and this is difficult for me, it really is. Because when you look, when you love somebody, and the girl was just trying to connect with her dad. She has daddy issues. Her dad murdered her mom accidentally, but it was just a big mistake. It was an accident. It's not her fault. And she had that craving to have her dad. And my dad was her dad. He was a dad to her. He was more of a dad than her dad was. Her dad was a real piece of shit. He really was. I tried not to be a dick to him or whatever, but this guy he was not good people. He wasn't. And I don't think that makes her bad people. But it's just insane. It's insane. You can't choke nobody out with this. I couldn't believe it. I was like, none of that happened. I was like, I couldn't believe it. It was so insane. Maybe I can get my friend Amanda to chew on this. She's a panda. They call her Panda. I'm going to give her some bamboo to eat. I'm like, eat this bamboo right now, Panda. This is all you eat. You eat this bamboo. The dog's up. The dog was out the window. Just got a little Chihuahua dog in there. Yeah. I'm about to look up my son. This is what happens when I think about looking up my son's name, because I gave it to him, so I know what it is. But I start shaking because I've asked her brother, I don't want to have to look up his number and then call it for him to go off on me, because he's mad about this whole, it all goes back to this one thing that happened that they said, and none of it happened. That's what's so messed up about it. She got on the stand and she said I was on the landing where you go up the stairs to the second floor on the outside. She said I had her on the rail choking her out. She told these people this. I was in there and like I almost stood up. My lawyer Craig, he put his hand to keep me down and he was like, just don't relax. And I had no idea. I started to get an idea of something being fishy when they said, take 4 years in prison or we're going to try you for 20. I was like, 20? For what? For what? What did I do? And let me tell you what happened. She was talking to her dad, and they sound like snakes when they talked, because they have that messed up on pills sort of like whispering voice. They're talking about, because he didn't want me around at all. He didn't want me around, and he didn't like me showing her any affection. This is my wife. She's got to play wife to her dad, and she almost had everything the way she wanted it. She had wanted to work at the Palais Royal for so long. She had self-esteem issues, And I was so happy for her. And I left my job, and I didn't get a chance not to leave. You don't want to tell you? You don't want to tell you what happened that caused me to leave because I shouldn't have. But I went to the river one time, and I had a vision, and I swear, and I earned this one. This is what happened. There's something like the presence of God. Whatever this presence is, like it comes, and your eyes, your whole countenance averts from the gaze of it, because whatever it is, you're already familiar with it. That's the weird thing about the spiritual realm and those realities. There's something that you already know about this, and I know to avert my eyes. Now, where I can look, I see a giant, like a 9 foot tall, not like solid physical, but I saw it like a red being, and it had a scroll, and it unrolled the scroll, and it it said, "You got to leave here, or you're gonna die." And I saw chains come and hook to this red thing, like it got his arms and it got his legs, and it just yanked him, and the scroll just fell down. And I'm like, oh shit, I've got to leave. And I went. I got my stuff. I kept my wedding ring in a secret place. I hid at the river there, and it was like I was doing the Horcrux magic. The only way I could sustain the pain I was going through was to put my marriage in the ring and have it off me, not have it on me. That may sound crazy to a normie, but since I guess there's Harry Potter to explain it, I do this stuff on my own. I don't need a book. I've been doing stuff like this my whole life. I've always been able to navigate, and I don't know where it comes from. I have all kinds of skill sets. I can do all kinds of stuff, and I can't tell you how or where or why I know, but I do. And it told me that if I didn't go home to Houston, that I would die here, and it had been decided. And when you get a message like that, you don't buck. You don't be like, well, can I just, no, there's no negotiating with it. I went and got my stuff, I packed my bags, and I left. I quit my job and I went back. I drove straight to Houston. I probably went to my mom's house. I didn't go to her house in Baytown. But I ended up over there, and I tried to get another job, but I mean, what do you do? And it culminated into this. Because I was in the way.